should know the answer to that, but I don't. Alright. Open this up. I can add on Twitch while I'm getting set up. Oh yeah. Okay, that's a good title. So, one thing I want to check out here. Oh, it's fine now. Nope. See, when I flip back and forth a bunch of times. Let's see. I don't know if it has to do with different screen resolutions. Address issues with different screen resolutions and laggy performance is important to understand. Also, it does not manage screen right. These tasks are right. X render. The lag and resolution inconsistencies often stem from improper scaling, DPI settings, or how the display configuration is applied during runtime. For high DPI displays, scaling can be managed. Correctly configuring the GPU drivers are properly set up with appropriate options like twin view, meta modes, and twin view, and XOR configuration. So let's just try working normally, and then what I'm gonna do is if it does, oh, it's already breaking down. So let's just go. Let's change the mode here. Hopefully my screen comes back. There we go. It is very blurry. Why is it so blurry? And it's still laggy. Maybe? Maybe it's better. I don't know. We'll try it out. I don't know why it's so blurry. Oh, I do know why. Oh, there we go. That looks so much better. It's still choppy. You disable the compositor. Yeah, I mean, I can try turning off compositing too. But I don't think that has anything to do with it. I don't know. We'll try without the compositing, because that'll obviously be the fastest that we can possibly have. We'll see if that helps. In the interim, let's go back to what we were working on here. I never really use these two windows. I wonder if I should just get rid of them. Maybe not get rid of them, but maybe I'll shove them over here. just to make more space. When I'm on like a higher res screen, I prefer to have it there just so it pushes this window more to the center of my screen. Otherwise I feel like I'm looking to the right too much. But for now it should be fine. Okay, so we have our message, we have our cursor. Let's run it and just see real quick. Yeah. I don't like how that goes back there. And it doesn't even hit that message. Right? So what the heck is my spacebar doing? I think it only happens when I hit space. It doesn't happen when I hit enter. So I think the bug that I'm seeing is that spacebar is doing something else. So let's take a look at the default. Yeah, stuff. Yeah, dude, it's still laggy on 1080p. Yeah. So let's just see. NVIDIA settings and manually just monitor later after running. It's not moving between screens. Additionally, window management may like XSC. I'm talking about moving it to another monitor. Freezing can occur when using X-render, such as extending displays left or right. In such cases, the display may appear frozen. Right, indicating that the issue is specific to the display rendering rather than a full system freeze. That's right. Workaround involves using NVIDIA settings. Do I have that? NVIDIA X server settings. I don't know how to use it. Right, is kind of the problem here. Oh. be mitigated by ensuring consistent monitor layout. See, yeah, this doesn't give me monitor layout options. Right? GTX 1070 with Max Q design. Hmm. You know, another possible solution to all of this might be to just stop using my laptop here. That might be the best way to do it. In which case, yeah, it just might be better. This issue does not occur when the compositor Compton is killed before the X render call, suggesting that the compositor may be involved in some of the freeze. No, that's true. Let me try. Okay. X render usage has been known to cause system freezes in the past. Maybe I just need to not use X render. I know there's another one called A render. I don't think I have it installed. There's no single universal equivalent. Right, no, sure. Everyone's asking for Wayland. Wayland. Ah, A render. A simple visual front end for X render. Let me just install that. And maybe there's some options I'm not setting that I could be setting. And so we'll just run A render here real quick and see if this helps anything. Right, but I'm pretty sure like if I move this to my other screen. Oh, it happens on this screen too. Maybe my computer's just fried. Why is this so slow? Oh, I see. Okay, so the problem actually might be OBS. Good thing I tried that. No. Oh, yeah. Um, Hmm. It may inadvertently deactivate desktop compositing. Hmm. That's not my issue. Let me check my settings here real quick. I was hoping there would be like a quick fix to put in just to see. No, it's running at 1080p. Two passes? How can it possibly do two passes? Try a single pass. I don't know if updating those settings has any impact. Let's do this. OBS coding overloaded. And just see what settings people recommend dropping. Because I already changed it to be... I changed the preset already from low to lower, which I think should have had the most impact. Reducing the output resolution of frame rate. Actually, I don't even know where the frame rate is set. Oh, right over here, it's set to 60. Adjusting the encoder preset. Right, which is what I just did. Oh, setting the priority. Well, that's, I think I can do that with nice. Is that right? Like display and game capture in the same scene. Disable features like two-pass encoding and cycle visual tuning. Yeah, those are kind of things I already... Oh wait, profile is set to high. High main baseline. Oh. Let's see if that helps. I want to try not to lower the bitrate, but maybe I can for just streaming my desktop, you know? They recommend bitrate. Resolution and frame rate. Presets. Hmm. I don't know. Yeah, I was like, let's try that. And I just instantly go back and I'm having issues. I'll test this when I'm offline too, to see if I run into the same issues when I'm not streaming. Zero drop frames, but yeah, my coding overload goes crazy. Yeah, it drops to like 5 frames per second. That's wild. Problem is, this computer has a better GPU than if I use a different machine. Whatever. So let's go back to what I was doing, project settings, input map. And what we're going to do is by listen for input space. UI select, UI accept. You see how these are doing the same thing? So UI select versus UI accept. That might be what the difference is. Let me remove space from UI select and see if that bug is still there. Dude, this is bad. My whole desktop's frozen. That's crazy, dude. It's totally frozen. For some reason that worked. Also, what I'm gonna do here, item button. Let's go to my item button and change the focus mode. Is that how I was doing this? Change the focus mode to none. Item data. Oh, I made it not exportable. Mode none. Right, I'll set that as the default. Let me try running as it is. There still might be some bugs here. Yes. That's fine. And so what I'll do is go notification. This is shop screen. Let's open up item. No, shop screen actually is the one that does the looping. Yeah, here it is. Attempt to purchase. Switch mode. Right. Wait, but it calls switch mode on buy, which is wild. That sets mode to sell. This sets mode to buy. Is focusable. Oh, yeah, no, that's right. Is focusable. And then item button is focusable. Right here. I know why. Because this button to focus here. Focus first button. That's kind of the reason. New mode. Oh. Fine. You just go like that. And then what I could do here is on ready. Switch mode. Right, we didn't want this to happen on switch mode for some reason. It was causing a bug. That's fine. Oh. Okay, so actually the reason why this isn't working, which might have been what I just did also, but I forgot I defaulted this to true. And so my logic is broken. Now that we did that, we have to make it default to false. Interesting. Focus mode none. I can't do this, right? Oh, I can. But it just doesn't work. Right? Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe it just went. No, it doesn't. Right? Yeah, no, it doesn't do anything. I guess because it's what do you call? What's the word I'm looking for? It's not backed by no, it is. Right? New value. No, it's not. It's a computed property. It's not a stored type. That's what I'm looking for. Stored value. It's not a stored value. None if not new value. That part of the logic shouldn't change though. So what's busted over here? Switch mode by. So cell buttons, set focusable to new mode is cell. And then buy buttons, sure. And the focus first button should have worked. I could also do this up here, not that it matters. That is very weird. It's weird because the same logic works when I press the button. Focus first button. Inventory.get buttons 0. If mode is cell, otherwise shop inventory buttons. Subscript 0. Right. Oh. Mode is not. Oh, it does have a default value. That's very weird. Not only does it have a default value, but we set it to here, in here. Oh. Duh. Oops. Okay. Right. That'll fix it. And now everything should just work. Yep. Yep. Okay, that's one bug fixed. My focus locking mechanism, for whatever reason, actually, that is probably the same reason. That's exactly the same reason. Ah, gosh darn it. So, hold on a sec. Yes, that is 100% the reason. And then why did I want this to only happen here? I don't remember. Let me look at the changes I made here. So I think like me defaulting this to off and me making it focusable false by default. I don't think any of this changes anything. I think I can discard those. And I think that one change I just made now, I'll probably discard this too. This isn't going to do anything. I think that change, setting it the default, I think will fix things. Setting that default value. Yep. Okay, that fixes the focus lock issue. Now, this thing jumping, I don't know why that happens. It has something to do with me pressing spacebar. I think if I never press spacebar, that bug never happens. Yeah, that's exactly it. So let me commit this change. That fixes that. Good. And the next thing, right? What's the next thing? Let me look at my notes. Add error messages. Yeah, we're still kind of debugging the error messages. So the next thing I'm going to do is clean up this thing. This new value is a little bit cryptic. Okay. Not a big deal. This jumping thing is wacky, so we're going to do here project settings. Space. I don't know why the other one didn't come back, because I reverted that change, right? I did. I don't know why it didn't come back. So what we're going to do is reload project. Oh. Does that have something to do with it? I shouldn't have to reload the project after changing the input configuration, but I'm wondering if it was getting cached somehow. Did you see now it comes back here? But the only buttons, right? The only buttons using space are UI accept and UI select. Top action. I don't know what this does. We're going to take that off though. Let's take this off. Let's take off all the spacebar buttons, right? Save the project, go here. And now space shouldn't do anything. Oh, it's frozen. Cool. And let's make this full screen. Congratulations, space does nothing. So that focus bug does exist. But doesn't happen nearly as much. I think I might know what it is. I think it might be this. How much you want to bet? So I'm able to repro the bug better when I use space. So let's add space back. And then what was the other one? UI select. Or really, if we want to be sure, we just go like this and we discard all changes. Right? Reload from disk. Now spacebar should be back. Frozen again. Okay. See that? Well, it's kind of hard to tell because I can only do it once. It's kind of a one and done thing. But most likely is this that's breaking it. Previous focus. Maybe what I need to do is that. Get the previous focus before I show. Then we show, we switch the state to typing, we plop the message in, we animate it, and we grab focus while it's animating. So that way we can do our other actions, and then we do our callback for done. The feeling I forgot to uncomment this. La 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 la. Seems like it's working. If that's happening, does that not mean that this is still processing information? Oh, son of a gun. Duh. Okay. Okay. I forgot to change the state. That's probably why that was happening. This is frozen again. I don't know why this keeps happening. This is also concerning. But I feel like that's on Godot and my window manager, not my code. But I don't know that for a fact. Yes, that's exactly what's happening. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. So here's the bug broken down. What was happening was we grab the previous focus. So I press the button, we grab the previous focus, then we show the message, then we change the state to typing. Then we do all this crap. We grab focus on the message window, which is fine. And then when we're done, we set the state to done. Now the process function, which runs every single frame, was saying, hey, when the state is done, when you press the accept button, reset the focus if you have it. So actually something else I should do here in theory, and this is fine now. So there were two ways to fix this, right? So what was happening was I wasn't setting state to ready ever. I wasn't changing the state. So it was constantly processing and constantly in the done state. And constantly when I'm pressing UI accept, thinking I'm pressing it on the buttons, I'm actually also pressing it on the message script, right? And so the previous focus, which was still not nil, it wasn't as not null, right? It was still set. It was going to the previous focus that was set when the message popped up. But the message wasn't popping up because this was happening first. So to fix that, we can either set state back to ready, which is what we should be doing anyways, and or once we use previous focus, we should null it out is really what we should do, just to make sure that the entire state of this class is right. So if I go back and I undo this, I don't think we actually check for ready anywhere. We don't. So I don't need this technically. And what I have here should also work. Bum 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 bum. Okay, my screen's frozen. We really need to figure out why this happens. The only way that I can seem to unfreeze it is by changing the screen resolution. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that seems to fix it. Okay, so now that bug should also be gone. So the message popped up here, right? So if I go to something else I can't afford, the bug would take me, I don't know, I can't afford that is the problem. Okay. Now I can't afford that, right? So normally the bug would have brought me back here, which it did not do. Oh, my mouse thing stopped working. I broke that. That's good. Nice little regression. But see, now that focus thing is not happening because we basically cleared our cache, right? Essentially, we were storing a reference to this previous focus thing here. So that's good. So I'm going to commit it with both of those changes just to completely reset the state of everything. So it's notification, fix, selecting previously selected item when trying to buy a new item. What's the, there we go, nope. When trying to buy a new item after being shown a message. That's really what it is. Okay, now we can try to look at why the mouse isn't working. I think we only use focus all and focus none though. I think that's all encapsulated right here. Switching to focus mode. And then what? On focused. I might have disabled the mouse thing in general to simplify my life. I might have done that intentionally and I just forgot. Let's check the Git history real quick. Unable to set shop mode from mouse. Support mouse hovering. GUI event. GUI input. Ah, I see. So yes, but then also, so it's emitting the event most likely when I hover it, but it's not setting is focusable. So that was a regression from when I introduced is focusable. Oh wait, no, because item selected emit on the in the shop screen context, item selected is supposed to go here. Ah, right. Item on item button selected. Right, switches mode to that mode. Which switches the mode but doesn't set the focus. So I think this focus first button can actually go at the bottom of my switch mode. I think this is actually fine over here. Now that I fixed that other issue. Squeeze me. Oh. I guess that's just not working anymore. Let's go float this sucker. Actually, I guess it doesn't have to be floated. I could split it too. Oh, Control Shift F11. That's a hard shortcut to remember. But basically, if these don't have a focus mode, I think what I need to do is that thing I said I didn't want to do. Right. I know what happened. I broke this just a few minutes ago when I fixed the other bug that was not locking the focus properly. So yeah, what I need to do here in order to fix this, so let's go here. I think actually this is also fine, but we're going to discard this for now. And this GUI input event, item selected, that might be okay there. But what we also need to do is put a GUI event here. Sorry, it's GUI input, huh? I don't know why this is not coming up. Let me go back here. Input event mouse motion. And what we would do is we would switch mode. Oops. Switch mode. Mode dot all. Right, now there is no all, so I have to go here and I have to add one. Right, and then button selected, on item selected, switch mode. We don't need this anymore, or this. And then when we have things like buy equals buy or new, well, say not equal to sell, and then not equal to buy. Instead of saying new mode equals sell or new mode equals all, we're just going to say, well, if it's not buy, then the sell button should be highlighted. And if it's not sell, then the buy button should be highlighted. Simplify our logic. A little bit more hand wavy, admittedly. Like, it hides a little bit of what's going on, but that's okay. Gosh darn it. My mouse my mouse motion doesn't work. So let's go here. Let's close this and switch mode. Print switch mode. New mode. New mode. Just so we can make sure our stuff is working. Because we should go in here. All is all. I don't see why this wouldn't work. Oh, yes. Oh. And in this case, we would not want to set focus to the first button. In this case, if we set the mode to all, we would want to focus the button that is under the mouse. So the problem I might be having now is it might be switching the mode, which is enabling focus, but it's not actually focusing the one that's under the mouse. I don't think so, though. Yeah, see, because everything is still turned on. Now it's locked, but if I touch the mouse, I can go between them. So that's how I know that's working, but the buttons aren't getting... Oh. I just said the answer. I'm not going to do this because we obviously we do this on mouse move, so we don't want prints happening here. I could do it in here, though. To be fair. Okay, I did it on the outside because I wanted to make sure I wasn't getting caught by this. But that's not the problem. The problem actually is in the button. All right, the problem is in here. The problem's in here because we're saying, hey, is focusable. Wait a second. Mouse entered focus. this. Run this again. So the state switching portion of this is working. Oh, look at that. The whole friggin' thing doesn't respond. Right, because we set mode 2 over here. Set mode 1, set mode 0, and then set mode 2 when I mouse. But we're not getting this mouse motion event for some reason. So what I probably want to do is go into my shop screen. And then go to my remote tree. Go in here. Maybe what I need to do is full screen this temporarily. What I want to see is what's going on when I mouse over this. That's not this. Sorry, that's on this one. Either one of these, really. Let me look at these item buttons. Yeah, this panel at 2 is my item button. Right, and this is focusable, is focusable, is focusable. And we look at these, we see our let's filter for focus, focus mode all. And that should happen on all of these. Yep. So the focus mode is being set right. So the question is, what's going on over here? How come the button's not grabbing the focus? Item data.id. I think my screen's frozen again. This happens way too much. I don't think I changed anything either. That's been happening more today than usual. I turned down my settings on OBS to try to make it better. I did do that. Yeah, this is wild. It's not calling that focus when I move over it. So maybe what happened was maybe I somehow turned that off. Because this is set to none. Yeah, that just broke things even more. Which I think is why I had that off. Set back to none. Button dot mouse enter connect focus. Button dot grab focus. But why is mouse entered not happening on the button? If it's being set to focus all. Is this eating it? Is that what's happening? But even then, it still wasn't working. Yeah, it's set to all. So why isn't it being focused? um hmm. That's an interesting one. Child node might be intercepting mouse events. Oh, mouse filter. Oh, this is still open. So what about mouse filter? Those are both set to the default. Determines which controls will be able to receive. Stop. The control will receive the movement events and mouse button input events if clicked on through GUI input. The control will also receive the mouse entered and mouse exited signals. These are automatically marked as handled. Will not propagate further. Ah, so maybe it is what I said. And maybe the signal does nothing. The other thought I'm having is mouse entered happens on the parent instead. Let's see. Yeah. Let's try putting it on the parent, which I was pretty sure this was working. Nope. Hmm. Don't know why. But we can leave that mystery tomorrow. Till tomorrow, or maybe later today. I'm going to take a break. This is pretty good. Let's look at the other stuff I had in my notes for what to do next. This is basically working now. We clean up bool returning functions, right? Chart the new class structure. Yeah, sounds good to me. Okay, so I'm gonna take a break and I'll be back. What time is it? Yeah, I'll be back later today and do more of this. But we were able to figure out quite a bit of stuff. I still don't know why my desktop freezes. That one I'm gonna have to look into.